Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte. We are taking a look today at the Washington Capitals, baby, as they are tearing up the NHL. They lead the division of death right now with 14 points. And they are on a record streak right now. We're going to be taking a look at that in this video. If you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, you guys know what to do. Make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and even bigger subscribe. Now let's take a look at the Washington Capitals. So this was a recent tweet from the NHL's public relations, and they give off some really good spicy ones. So, the Capitals, 5-0-3 this season, established the longest season opening point streak in franchise history in 8 games played. 2 different teams in the last 5 years have also posted a run of at least 8 games. Colorado back in the 2019-2020 season, 7-0-1. And the Montreal Canadiens, 9-0-1 in the 2016-2017 season. Those are just some stats for you. The Washington Capitals are taking care of business. You look at their top point producers, they're doing this without the big boys. Well, to an extent. Nick Backstrom leads the way in points with 10 points. Okay. John Carlson right behind him with 9 points. Tom Wilson with 7 points. TJ Oshie with 7 points. Jacob Verana and Justin Schultz are each tied for 6 points. And right behind those guys is Ovechkin and Brendan Dillon with 5 points and 4 points. Looking at goaltending, that's really been a big story for the Washington Capitals this season. Ilya Samsonov gets put on the COVID protocol, and he's out for 4 games. So what's going to happen? Well, not really much, except a lot of winning. Vitek Vanacek has put up better numbers than Ilya Samsonov. A .915 save percentage and a .275 goals against average. Those are better numbers than Ilya Samsonov's right now. Not to mention they're third best in the NHL in their power play at 41.2%, third best in the NHL, only behind some of the elites like the Dallas Stars and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Their penalty kill more of the middle in the pack at 20th in the league at 75.9%. But the underlying thing with the Washington Capitals is, let's remember the stuff that's going on in Washington right now. Okay? Let me go to this. Washington Capitals. Washington Capitals. The amount of off-ice stuff that's been going on in Washington, okay, is unreal. This is a team that has not had Tom Wilson in the lineup because of injury, TJ Oshie out, I believe, because of a short-term injury, and now you didn't have Dmitry Orlov, Ovechkin, Samsonov, and Kuznetsov. All 4 of those guys. So you're talking about, and Tom Wilson. So you're talking about, and Lars Eller. So you're telling me, during this series against the Islanders, who, let's be honest, if the Islanders win both these games, they're a lot closer in the standings. The Islanders are probably ahead in the standings, and the Washington Capitals feel a little bit crappy about themselves. That's not the case right now. They were without their elite franchise goal scorer, Alexander Ovechkin, okay? Evgeny Kuznetsov, who a lot of the season plays on the second line, but he can play on the first line with Ovechkin and Backstrom. But Kuznetsov, your second line center. Your third line center in Lars Eller, out due to injury, right? Tom Wilson, a top 6 forward that usually plays alongside Alex Ovechkin. He's out of the lineup because of injury. So let's do the math right here. So your 2 wingers on the top line, out. Second line center, out. Third line center, out. Okay, I'm not done. Go to the defense. Dmitry Orlov, also on the COVID protocol thing. Top 4 defensemen, out. Now, goaltending. Got to get into the goaltending too. Ilya Samsonov, out for 4 games. So now you're putting in a goaltender that, remember, Henrik Lundqvist, before he had his issues, which seems like he's recovering very nicely, so very good news there for Hank. But This guy was supposed to be the third string goaltender for the Caps going into this season behind Samsonov and Henrik Lundqvist. Now Vitek Vanacek has come in and he's putting up great numbers in his first 4 games with the Caps. Whoa, he's doing really well. So let's recap. Your top 2 wingers on your top line are out. Your second line and third line centers are out. Your top 4 defensemen on the right side is out. And just the sweetener, your starting goaltender, he's also on COVID protocol. And the Capitals, in those 4 games, or 3 games so far, have found a way to win all of them. So instead of having excuses, instead of complaining that the COVID situation, the rules and regulations aren't fair, whatever, this and that, the Washington Capitals use that as a motivator for some of these young guys that came into the lineup this week and embarrass the shit out of a division rival in the New York Islanders. Embarrass the fuck out of them, including myself, because I was goofing on the Capitals last weekend in the power rankings, and I take that back. Because the Capitals showed a lot of fucking heart this week. And I'm not even a Capitals fan, and you guys know that. I give them so much credit for what they did this week. This team is legit. And you want to talk about, everybody was saying, going into this year, the Caps, they don't want to win. They won their Stanley Cup. They didn't take the playoff bubble seriously. It was a vacation. Shit. They may be better off without these guys in the lineup like Kuznetsov and Ovechkin. Because what they did this week. They were down 3-0 to the Islanders in their most recent game the other night, and they come back, and they win 6-3. Big Z gets his first NHL goal with the Caps. You look at the guys that have gotten on the board and have had to play. Jonas Siegenthaler has come in. Hershey guy, so I know a little bit about him. Brian Pino, another guy. Connor McMichael, yet to get his first NHL point, but that's going to change. He did play in Buffalo. Daniel Carr, coming over from Nashville and Montreal and whatever the last team he's been with, depth guy. Michael Scarbosa, Daniel Sprong, Zdeno Chara, Nick Dowd, Connor Sheary. They've all had to step up, and they've been a huge part of the Washington Capitals. And Peter Laviolette has just been the right bench boss at the right time, and he's got these guys going. He has them buzzing right now. And they are where they are for a reason. They sit at the top of the division. They sit second in the NHL overall in points. 13 points on the season. A 8.12 point percentage right now. A +5 in 8 games. And they lead the division of death pretty nicely. They have 2 points on the Boston Bruins, who have played 1 less game. That's the caveat. But they have been doing what they have to do. And I wish my New York Islanders were like that right now. The Washington Capitals, like I said, I give you a ton of credit. Because last week I was shitting on them and whatever. And they made the Islanders eat shit this week. So you know what, Caps fans? I really hope you guys do well this year because you deserve it. And as long as you keep this up, they could have another cup here in Washington. I think Peter Laviolette, what he's done with Nashville, what he's done with the Flyers, what he's done with these teams in the past, guys, this team is destined for success. And you still have a franchise, one of the best goal scorers of all time, Alexander Ovechkin, out of the lineup. And you don't use it as an excuse, and you find a way to win anyway, and your starting goaltender's out, and your top 4 defensemen, and your third and second line center, and your second line winger are out, and you still find a way to win hockey games. Congrats. And we'll see if that could lead to more down the road this season. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. What do you think of the Washington Capitals' success so far? 5-0-3 to start the season. They have a point in all of their 8 games this year. Do you think it's going to keep up? Do you think they are destined to be the champion in the division of death there in the MassMutual East Division? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And if you like what we're doing here at Goal Line Hockey, want to see the latest news around the NHL, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up. And guys, an even bigger subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and let's go Caps.